I had this friend named James. We've been friends since third grade. We did everything together and were inseparable. Me and James had the same classes together. Then after school, we would hang out at one another's house. He came over so much that my parents would classify him as family to us and would set a plate for him every night for dinner. But one day changed all of that. 9 years later, we just graduated high school. Me and James drifted away since third grade, unfortunately. We were still good friends, but not best friends like we used to be when we were children. James changed as we got older and started smoking and doing drugs. Me, on the other hand, I wanted nothing to do with that, so I stayed out of it. I guess our interests changed. I was interested in getting good grades, while he was more interested in smoking. I missed him, but I knew he wasn't the same person from third grade. I accepted the new him and wasn't going to change just because he did. But one day, we got together to catch up. James didn't look good. I guess all that smoking and the different lifestyle really changed him. Recently, one of James's neighbors was killed. James said it wasn't too big of a deal. I found something to be really off with James. Every time I would bring up the murder of his neighbor, he would just get shaky, weird and uncomfortable. I knew he had something to do with the murder of his neighbor, but I had no proof. And did I really want to put away my childhood best friend? My friend had to go use the bathroom, so he left his phone on the table. I picked it up. Damn, he had a passcode. I remember the passcode he used when we were kids, back in the day. So I tried that passcode and surprisingly, it worked. I checked his messages and saw a message saying, "Is it done?" Then James said, "My neighbor is taking care of it." I saw that James planned on getting a new phone. Right before James got back from the bathroom, I copied down that number to my phone. I went home after seeing James. I texted that number telling him that I was James and that this was my new phone. I then said that I can't believe we had to do that to my neighbor. The person responded back, "You're the one that killed him." My heart dropped. So James did kill his own neighbor. I couldn't believe it. My sweet childhood friend James actually killed someone. I never thought in a million of years that was possible, but I guess it really comes to show you that people really do change. Sometimes for the better, but usually for the worse. Now, the only decision left is should I put my friend Joe for the rest of his life or move on and pretend I never knew.